Welcome. Welcome to the den of iniquity. Why am I so loud? I don't need to be that loud. We're not turned up in here. Welcome, y'all. How you doing? We gonna chat while I get my lighting together. When I tell you the best thing to happen to the internet since the Alabama Slammer, the Montgomery Riverboat Brawl, has been all of the foul food sins outed on the internet by various entities via Twitter/X. And you know what? Dead naming is wrong. But I typed twitter.com to get to that website. And if you tell me your name is one thing, and I call your name, I type x.com, and you don't turn and go, "What's up, David? How you doing?" But then I have to so-called dead name you. Is that name really dead? Now, Elon can say whatever he wants, but I ain't never typed nor synced x.com into the hypertext hypertext. Oh, my game volume is a little loud. We don't change that. That is a little loud. A little spicy. Turn that down a little bit. When I go into the hypertext transfer protocol box and I go surfing the web, as the kids used to say, and x.com doesn't take me where I need to go, then whatever name I got to call for you to answer is your name. So, like, many a dead naming joke has been made. I'd argue that we're not out here dead naming ye old. Let me make sure I got all my things together. Twitter, because you still gotta in order to get there. But that is neither here nor there. But out on the Twitters, out on the intertubes, out on the TikTokies, on the YouTube shorts, and other Vine replacements, the food sins we Americans have committed on this day of Thanksgiving hath been outed. Because some of y'all out here bringing chili dogs and chewing tobacco to Thanksgiving like it's a cookout. So, when I say that one of the things I am thankful for is the ability to record crimes on personal devices and upload them to cloud space, whether it be police interrogations, other encounters with crazy neighbors, homeowners associations, and so on. When I say, anyway, I say all that to say that Kay got 4011 memes today. of various different types about the food crimes that are committed, and other people that I know also got said. But the for me, who prepared the meal, or at least a big portion of the meal, and who was tired, the real the real Thanksgiving for me didn't happen until I dug into leftovers this morning. And when I tell you the 8 a.m. Thanksgiving food hits like a truck, because like many of us, I woke up this morning, I was tired, but I stumbled out of bed, I shambled uh, across the kitchen and went, you know what? I'm gonna get in here. I'm gonna get in to some of these. I'm gonna get into some of these here leftovers, and I got into them. And when I tell you, 20 minutes after I tucked it to that plate, I was just like, ooh wee. Am I not capable of functioning as an adult? To everyone who had to work yesterday or who had to get out of bed this morning and go work, my deepest sympathies, my sincere condolences, because my itis hadn't worn off. I tried to be upright, and then I had to like take the hard pre-stream. Now, friends of the channel know that David, whenever David is on camera, the camera is an energy vampire for David. And so when the camera turns off, David goes directly to bed. David shambles across the room, takes the hard post stream nap. So when I tell you that I had to have a pre stream itis nap so I could stream, so I could then have a post stream uh, uh, energy recharge nap. The nap's gonna be hitting today, okay? The naps is gonna be real. But my other rant about food is one, and a couple of memes have said so. Thanksgiving is not a day for experimenting. Do not go out here and go, oh man, what if I put raisins in the green beans? Do not. Mm-mm. The recipe that has worked, that has been handed down, you make that. You experiment on your own time. Bring the experiment to the potluck at work. Let them suffer. Torture your coworkers. Because worst case scenario, if it's bad enough, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking out the VOD. I hope whatever you were doing is a good time. But torture your coworkers, because worst case scenario, if that experiment is bad enough, you can quit your job and move across state lines. Okay? You could contact the federales and get into witness protection. But don't do it on Thanksgiving because they will find you. The other thing is, cooking is a skill. I don't care what anyone says, it is not this innate thing. Um, I learned a lot of things from my mother. I learned a lot of things from YouTube. I learned a lot of things from reading articles on the internet, and I learned a lot of things by cooking. Hey, JD. So, if you have not invested the time into making the skill into something that you could do that can impress others, and we all have skills. We all have skills that are impressive. Those are two different things. Some of us can dance. Some of us can dance on poles. Some of us can play a musical instrument. Some of us know cool card tricks. And some of us can cook. If you have not invested the time and energy into developing the skills that is cooking, do not think that Thanksgiving is the time to rise to that occasion. Listen, I should. Kay made this whole chatting screen, an entire scene in OBS, because she knows I do this. And am I using it now? No. Have I used it before? Only after I've been deep into rants. And I didn't intend. I thought I was going to play and rant at the same time. That is not. That is not what's happening. And the energy drink has not kicked in yet. But if you can't cook, do not be ashamed. I can't do gymnastics. I can't reliably do a backflip without sending myself to the hospital because I have not developed that skill. I have no shame about this. Don't have any shame about not being able to cook. Do one of three things: contact the person hosting the thing and be like, listen, I can't cook. What do you want me to bring? Two, do dishes. Show up, hang in the wings, and then when things are winding down, I don't care if you wash one fork and one plate. Do dishes. And three, there are plenty of pre prepared things that you can bring, that you can buy from the grocery store, that everybody is going to be happy about. And yes, many a person has been like, "Oh man, well I bake my pie from scratch, or I bake my cake from." Have you ever been at a function, cut a slice of pie, put a fork in it, and went, "Oh, this was made in a grocery store. This was made in a bakery. How dare you?" The nerve. The nerve of you to bring something that is delicious, that is prepared by other human hands. The gall. Never. Not once. Now the homemade pies, depending on who's making them, if it's a K pie, if my mama has brought a pie, that pie gonna go first. And that's all right. But guess what? In the other room right now, there are prepaid Vons and Costco pies that are almost gone because everybody likes them. You could bring Hawaiian rolls. Stop by the rib joint and pick up $100 worth of barbecue. People will look at you sideways and be like, "Did you really bring barbecue ribs and hot links to Thanksgiving?" And you gonna be like, "Yeah, I bought barbecue wings and and pulled pork and all that jazz to Thanksgiving. I spent $100 on it." They gonna look at you sideways, and then you gonna look around about 20 minutes later, and they gonna be some barbecue on everybody's plate, and you gonna go to get the big disposable aluminum tin thing to pack up and bring home, and that thing gonna be empty. Okay, the Hawaiian roll's gonna be gone. Okay, the store bought pumpkin pie will not exist anymore. So don't be out here trying out your cauliflower, sweet potato pasta, uh, uh, mac and cheese with vegan cheese, acting like you're doing something. And if you don't know what you're doing, then be help. If I show up to a Korean person's house, I'm not making kimchi and bringing it. Okay. If I'm showing up to an African person's house and they Thanksgiving, like they doing it up, I'm not bringing fufu. Okay. I ain't going because someone there knows what they're doing. But if Kay says they're making a whole ass turkey for your things, do not have them show up to cook only to find your boyfriend. Oh, listen. We're just gonna say that one of the tests you should run on a potential partner is hosting a dinner party. And if they don't pass said test, then either don't host Thanksgiving or host Thanksgiving and keep them in the abnormally sized dog cage that's in your room. But it is very easy to avoid these sins, these crimes that are made. Anyway, we're playing a video game, in theory. Thank you for joining me on this journey. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? What food crimes did you witness? What I am a licensed minister. No, I'm an ordained minister. I'm licensed to perform um, marriages, legally binding marriages in many, many states. I can offer you absolution. Come here and confess your sins. You made your pie crust too crispy. The belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted. Listen, I this year and every year I wish everyone a low stress Thanksgiving. Docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint Ghislaine, 33A. Your room in the whirling isn't much bigger than this sloop. This is worth more than you'll ever earn in all your life. Thanks, game. I know.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with driplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Why does that look like Sigourney Weaver? But why?
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce.
All right, Sigourney. We're going to continue in this thread.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Shake her hand.
Glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold. No comment.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
Gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
Thanks for outing me, bro. Thanks for telling all my business. That's really swell of you. I mean, you're not wrong. This man has lost his entire damn mind. Button, 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 button. Of his ultimate competency. Way to, I, you out me on my bullshit, but also you got my back, and that is an interesting juxtaposition.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. This is a tactic.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines Group.
You're on a boat.
Why, yes, I am.
She looks at the deck under her feet. Green and white sails flutter overhead. Does she have a name?
The boat?
Listen, you joyless bitch.
The word it feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name.
Yeah, your boat needs a name.
Okay. How about Cordelechi 19? Why?
She taps on the side of the boat. It makes a hollow sound.
Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Cordelechi, and its hull is 19 paces long.
How about Dolores?
Why Dolores?
I don't know. Feels pretty.
Hmm. Well, it means nothing to me. I think I'll stick with a factory name. But thank you for the suggestion.
Okay, but what kind of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing, though these days I mainly use it for business.
Business? What kind of business? Whatever.
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
Huh.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we investigate.
Bruh. Kitsuragi. Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Maybe don't come at me like this, bro.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
What do you mean, archipelago?
I mean, we are on Le Caillou, are we not? I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Listen,
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Ravachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
this woman is tedious.
You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat because she's rich.
Why?
Why what? Stop thinking. Take her down.
It'll come off like I'm envious, and I'm not. Why am I even thinking about this? I have police work to do.
Have it your way.
Good.
Tell me about the Wild
What will
Pines.
do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
So, what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
So, rich people shit. Got it.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long dead, but several of the Indo-tribes remain. Son-Baptiste, Elysium, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
Why, thank you.
She nods.
You seem rich. Can I have some money? Do you know something about these tattoos? No, we're gonna talk. We're gonna cover the strike first.
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and
Hmm.
return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
My captions aren't working. That's unacceptable. Hey Rex, how are you doing? Profanity filter off. Save. Hello, hello. Evening, and how was slashed is your Thanksgiving? Let's see. Is that working? That might be working. You missed a rant that I had about the sins committed by people and those sins being broadcast to the world. And all I'm saying is, I will never end up in a TikTok where somebody's like, look what this fool done did with this food. Ooh, nachos under the broiler. How are you not having leftovers today? Today Friday is a day for leftovers. If I owned a restaurant, I would be closed today because I would expect everybody and their grandma to. Is that a dead pixel? If that's a dead pixel, ooh, child, that might be a dead pixel. Nope, it's not a dead pixel. That's just something in OBS being weird. Okay. Yo, cornbread salad. I am not going to point fingers at an ethnicity or a race, but you know who you are. The cornbread salad, please stop. You cannot convince me anyone has ever enjoyed this or would want to see it ever again. And I can't fathom why you would make this. I can't imagine that you would make this and then it would all go away. Like you have to throw away an entire party tray of this stuff every time you make it. So why do you keep making it?
No way. She's more. She can make decisions.
And how are the talks going?
Okay, please tell us what they were lacking that made it not Thanksgiving.
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
A racist behemoth. All right. It's true. You can't have leftovers if you didn't have a get together. And not all of us can be like my fat ass, whereby at least twice over the course of my life, I've been like on my own doing my own thing on Thanksgiving, and I still went and got an entire ass turkey and threw that shit in the oven and did it up for myself and had turkey sandwiches. Oh, dear retailers, I understand why, but I am incensed that y'all stopped selling turkeys Thursday night. Like Friday morning, you can't get a turkey. Actually, I'm gonna check right now. David's gonna go on to chatting because if I can order a whole ass turkey for delivery, right meow, I'm gonna do it because there is not enough turkey left. There's not. There's not enough turkey left, and need I need more turkey for turkey sandwiches. Bruh, don't do all this to me. Just let me be. And yeah, like if you didn't have a thing and you didn't have a whole ass turkey, that is true. That is fair. That is understandable. Yo, the weekly ad starts today, bruh. Bruh. The audacity, the nerve, the gumption. They ain't selling turkeys no more. Not one turkey. Dear retailers, I understand why you don't sell them past Thursday because who's going to buy them? Who's going to buy them? You know who going to buy them? Two thumbs going to buy that turkey? This guy. Okay? Because if I could drive, I would have drove my ass down to the grocery store, put one of them frozen motherfuckers into the basket, wheeled it up to the front, had an employee who did not want to be at work that day, scan that thing in, and I'd take it home. I'd defrost it, and I'd make an entire other turkey. An entire other turkey. Because I don't got enough turkey, okay? I need I need a whole secondary turkey so that I could have it to myself so I could spend the next week making turkey sandwiches and eating turkey thighs and turkey legs and whatnot. Anyway, we're playing a video game here. We're not we're not thinking about this here turkey. True green chili mac and cheese. But my writing partner came by with her family, and she's Irish. Her apostrophe was showing, so she made three different types of potatoes. As she shows up, quickly unpacks something and hands me some potatoes and is like, "Listen, just go put these in the fridge. Don't even look at them." I'm like, "I bet." And she's like, "Try one of them. Tell me what you think." And they were these spicy, delicious potatoes. They were not Thanksgiving roasted potatoes. And David is going to make nacho potatoes with them things. I got some ground beef. I got some cheese. I got some spices and shit. Gonna do it up taco style, and they're gonna be decadent. Looking forward to it. Tell us more about this behemoth.
What can I say? The Union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organization now.
How were the talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
But yeah, if you invite me to your Thanksgiving, I'm gonna roll up to your Thanksgiving. I'm gonna bring something. I'm gonna have something in hand. I'm gonna clear it with you first. I'm gonna bring it. It's gonna be good, even if it's plates and cups. It's gonna be good. Know that there's a turkey in my bathtub at home, and when I get out of bed on Friday morning, that thing going in the oven, and I'm having turkey sandwiches for dinner.
And when did you first arrive?
Ooh, David does not like eggs as a general rule. I have never had a deviled egg that I have liked. However, watching other people eat Kay's deviled egg, if Kay never uttered a word, never said W2, if is that oh that's interesting. Never said W2, never did anything else that gave away her origins. The look on people's faces when they ate Kay's deviled eggs, the joy, the elation, the sublime that has been tapped into, uh, the platonic form of deviled egg that Kay makes. I'm like, you from down below the Mason Dixon. Ain't no Yank making deviled eggs that getting this kind of reaction out of people. And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, by the RCN.
Ha! I received not one but two pictures of leftover pumpkin pie slices that were lunch for people today. Amen.
But the strike began in December.
He looks at his notes.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
I mean, sometimes you're just a dickhead and people can't get along with you.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
No, there have been two prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical grant. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
What do they want to be treated like human beings? Do they want paid time off, sick days? Do they want to not work 20 hours a day? Like what could they demand of a humble, wealthy socialite like you?
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere and banners. What did they say again? Oh, yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
That's fair.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Seems like they have no idea about business.
In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board.
Most of them probably don't know what that means.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines Group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
That seems a little. That's a lot. But they should have members of the workforce be part of board discussions.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
The king is dead. Long live the workers. The workers can't be kings. The king is king.
That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start.
What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates, the one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was "Call me manana."
What happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to. How did he put it?
Stick it where the sun don't shine.
Fuck off, midget. Going into a sexual dispute.
It's rude to refer to this man as a midget. I will come at people for many things, but not for things that they have no control over. You see, it is your decisions that makes you an asshole, worthy of roasting, not an accident of genetics. However, the juxtaposition of this posh bitch echoing the sentiment of Mr. Clare, priceless. Not cool.
Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Tell me about this union boss, Mr. Clare.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Yikes.
He
Savage.
is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
There are two of them.
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
This is spicy. What about the union itself, outside the Brothers Clare?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act. But they did it. I can respect that.
Ooh. Ooh, damn. Oh, damn. It's the flower, you see. I can respect that.
Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a, how do you say,
She hesitates, looking for the right expression.
A mob. The Debardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
She turns to you.
And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
All I have. Well, no. Kitsuragi, I can rely on him. A giant leech sucking the life of out of Revachol.
Indeed, and a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
One more thing. You said something happened in the elections?
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Where'd she go?
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Hmm. Oh. Hi, Cheese and Krakens. My energy drink is mostly depleted. But welcome. We are glad you are here. This is where I ask about your Thanksgiving, how disastrously it may have gone, what food crimes were committed, and how are you surviving post some kind of extortion.
Agreed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Look, the fact that it wasn't a complete unmitigated disaster is cause for celebration.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help?
What can you tell me about this lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
Good. Cheese and Kraken says we just bought a pre-made box from Publix. Good. And I say good because not everybody has the energy, effort, or resources to go through all the shenanigans of preparing the enormous amount of food. And let's be clear, it is a opulent display of Americanism to just have a table piled high with fucking food. 90% of it fucking carbs. So if you head on down to the local grocery store and get you a couple of things, come home, crack them thing open and eat them, good. And I am thankful that you have that ability and that capacity. You know, one would think with all of my bitching that I would resent Thanksgiving. But Thanksgiving was my mother's favorite holiday. And for now at least, is my favorite holiday too. But I always dread all of the work, and I'm always glad when it is over. Yeah, we're gonna leave it there. But boy, am I glad to have the food though. Yo, my mom used to make gumbo too. Like Jesus Christ, my mother made so much fucking food. Zoinks, zoinks. Yeah. Oh yeah. How was the cider? Because I know you were making cider.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events. 'Twas stolen by some artist, surely. Best to pin the blame on them. Everyone knows you can't trust artists.
Everyone knows you can't trust artists. It's quite tart. I do love a little tart on occasion. Why should I blame it on an artist?
Everyone knows you can't trust artists. They're nearly as bad as clowns.
Remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your
It's possible after a night of heavy drinking, I lost all memory of my life in the world. I've never been that drunk. Listen, y'all, I have been drunk before. I've never been mutton chops and Tide talks to me and shoe went out the window drunk.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
Oh, they gonna make me choose, okay? It's possible after a night of heavy drinking, I lost all memory of my life and the world. I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, the city, nothing. I'm not gonna cop to drinking. Not gonna do it.
Dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
Right.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement. I mean, favors for favors. A dirty alliance of some sort.
Why does it have to be a dirty alliance?
Consider this. Perhaps she has been planning it all along. That you convince yourself into colluding with her. Easy. Just offer her a favor. Like I said, nice and dirty.
Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
What's more tangible than solving the murder? Alright,
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
like what?
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason. The company has tried to reach before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or you can recover your badge. Though, if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Oh no, I'm gonna track it down. Worry not.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
That is a fat autosave.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance and, not volunteer us to be her henchman. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she simply.
He doesn't let it show. But there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation. Maybe this is all her plan. She might have heard about you.
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for her information on the lynching. Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it.
You could request a new one from the station, but that would literally take months. Yes. Knowing this does not really change our position, however. I'm sure you will, Detective. I wouldn't go that far. Her reaction did come off as sincere to me. I think she...
I'm gonna go find that badge. Is what we're gonna do. Oh, did you finally manage to ingest and or imbibe? Also welcome. Ah, yes. Well, if there is something we have been talking about, it has been food. You hear the distant squall of seabirds. Oh yeah, I got a plastic bag, y'all. Yeah, buddy. A splatter of bullet holes lines the wall. But why? Hmm. So the question is, where do I turn them things in for real live money? Look at me cleaning up the town. Let's talk to these persons of interest. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off. Huh. Disco in the Elysium
Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
is progressing. This man's foibles, his character flaws, are interfering with our investigation, wherein we need to locate his badge to prove that we are cops to the woman who pinged us as cops when we rocked up.
Honey, you a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game.
Gaston Martin. Yeah, Panic in the Fields.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
Bruv.
These men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
Shouldn't I ask what game it is first?
No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game. You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already, your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball.
Tipping cows in fields Elysium.
A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball. An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet.
Merde! Bordel de merde! A whorehouse of shit? It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about. What the hell is your problem?
Not a weak white triceps, that's for sure.
I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful. You vandalized our game, son. We can't play petanque with 5 bull. Well, it damn well isn't. It's petanque. You ruined.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull. Good. Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs. Yes. Why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything.
Because they were round, man. I'm a cop.
He might know something. This is a good vantage point. Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms in Martinez. The union is the law. So can you really blame them? Cop is a pejorative term.
Amen.
Problem, Miss Policeman. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets. He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics. I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties. But you must agree that nature, in her infinite wisdom, has made men more fit to perform certain more challenging tasks, don't you?
Absolutely not.
Really, officer. Match an average woman against an average man in a dark alley and see who comes out on top.
God made man, but Samuel Colt made us all equal, okay?
Gender equality is a very noble, very modern idea. But in real life, primal roles prevail. But I do not wish to discuss this matter further. Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game. Yes. It was left by heavy artillery fire. Why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home. Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose a name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality. Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked. Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
I do not miss the suzerain.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that. Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first. Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08.
The other two are off in Stellar Mars and the Delta. This here is Blood Ground, where Coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
I still don't know what pétanque is.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't angry enough already.
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil. Damn right, son. They lit the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it.
It's going to be below 32. There's a strange gleam in his eyes.
The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course, it's all influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players at the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
That's how it should be. Soft socialists paving the way for the hard-working class to take over. Foreign powers cleaned up our mess, and now they rule us. This coalition seems quite capable, actually. Commies just don't understand how money works.
I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned to Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisell had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case.
This royal failure weighs heavily on him.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was the plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with. Damn Frisell. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabiniers failed him, and he died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution.
Grizzly.
A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Frisell. He would have been better if the damn commies drove him into exile.
Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume abandoned him, and he doesn't want to admit it.
The suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the Fifth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
3% chance. Not gonna roll it. Well, that was dark. Let's find some more cans. I mean, bottles. Let's clean up this town. Yeah, my great sadness is that I don't have a way to keep Kay constantly and relentlessly warm. Balls. There's a tree in it. I mean, he really hucked that thing just into the ocean. Oh, healing item gained. Nope, don't go over there. I just want to. No one said to. Okay, fine, go over there. Some kind of machine, an antique cash register. A bust of a woman. The plaque simply says day. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Win her back.
Buy something nice. A figurine. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy. Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
A long, long time ago. They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles with bayonets.
This is what the loyalists look like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflage.
Which ones? Ah, royalist soldiers from the time of the revolution. The uniforms are painted a bit too brightly, I suppose.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. I don't like either set very much, to be honest. But there are many parents among my customers.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking one especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape. Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even though I don't really like music. Is the Harman Welshi W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even
A typical Martinez street light sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
bargain, I dare say. There's also the matter of rewiring, but the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Where am I going to get 700 smackers, and why would I want this thing?
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinket. Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
Oh, that's the Headless Phone Rider. The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fawn tracksuit. See, he's missing his head. 50 cents. Bargain priced. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
He lost his cap when he lost his head. Perhaps he's looking for the head.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you. It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not quite sincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained. Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days
I
ago.
pawned the fucking gun.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God.
This police officer pawned his firearm and drank the rest. Yikes.
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon, and I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts vote on a mission.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
You weren't quiet. You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your... When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it. $15.
15 fucking smackers. 15 whole doll hairs. The temerity of this man.
The lieutenant looks from you to Roy, and then back to you. It's clear that he hopes this has got to be the most. There's pity there too, in case you didn't notice.
No apologies necessary, officer. She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it. And of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the...
Miraculously, his face does not reflect what's happening inside.
Yeah, it's not good. I do hope we manage to clean this mess up somehow, while also keeping our focus on the murder investigation.
This mess, he means your mess.
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Of course. I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have. I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery.
He doesn't know anything.
The corpse behind the hostel, I assume. I don't have a truck with a man. Ask around the harbour. There might be some workers.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colours. Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your copo type. Yes, guess what's yours? Okay, just for the length of this short demonstration, please say something that isn't, I'm sorry. Guess, what is it? No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here. Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, liquid shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go? What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual copo type from sorry to anything.
Now I'm turning this boat around.
No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance. Wow. Okay. Fuck off. Maybe we were wrong about you.
Good. Wow, it's fucking dark. Items. Track down your gun. There's a lot my list of tasks keeps growing.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything. You pull the lever all the way up until nothing happens. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Evening, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the water lock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
Clicker.
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh?
The words Daredevil Driver sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then. Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins. It's supposed to operate the waterlock, but safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes? Great! Just drop in on Wednesday if you want to see the waterlock at work. They say the canal crew will be here at 7.
The coast part of the map is inaccessible until the third day.
Sure thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Okay, it's getting to be nighttime.
There are clothes inside. Cheap.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design.
Save the economy. That sounds off. You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that
Economical, but also trendy. Look first hand, buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All in different typefaces.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir. Gotta prepare for springtime, right?
There's a pile of cheap
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest style.
A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. All right, let's see what else is kicking around here. I've spent all my money. Hot air rises from the sewer, sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. More cans. Not cans, bottles. Yikes.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
Keep listening.
From another planet. Hey there.
What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
He motions toward the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days. Feels like forever.
Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak, or he just likes unusual words, or both.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
What are you hauling?
Oh, high grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This hollow cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. This rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6?
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he spent too long in this lorry.
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The boss is one.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. Like a strike negotiator type. They know what's up. Precise demands and so on. They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing. He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dock.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs. A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. The bosses, man. Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down in his luck. If I had saved 4 myself. Don't be a stranger.
Hmm. A bold slogan, Humanox covers the truck.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane. What did he do? You have no idea what you did a week ago. How would you know what this guy did many centuries ago? High above you, the king
Ruins full of snow. No one lives here anymore. Money! Dope.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on the radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes, and food money. Maybe she's your nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like lead. No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Moving on. Oh. Looks like there's some bullshit here. I don't know if I really want to get mixed up in this right this second, but I will.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
The man yells towards the harbor gates. His voice is the loudest of the lost and oddly screechy for a man of his size.
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Guests are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everybody else here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Okay, then I'm thinking no.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
All right. Quick bathroom break. I shall return shortly. Boop, boop, boop. Be right back. We are back to our regularly scheduled programming. How's everybody doing? And what you up to? How is your Friday evening post Thanksgiving shenanigans working out for you. Minimize this. Click on that. Definitely hide that. Button. Button. Minimize. I mean, is there something wrong with knitting all day?
Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, why would you
This man makes me tired.
piece of shit?
So do we, Scab.
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
When I was much younger, I developed a blister on my left thumb from the old Sega Genesis controller that taught me that you don't have to press the buttons hard in order to get them to work. But I was effectively prevented from playing video games until said blister healed. And the other important thing that I learned from that is to always manage your physicality, like the health of the things that you use for things, so that you can keep it up indefinitely. And Kay will tell you that David has bought multiple wrist braces so that he can continue to play video games. And I was literally thinking during the stream earlier that I need a replacement foam pad for my wrist for my keyboard because this was looking a little sad and defeated. Um, so get a thimble and keep it rocking, okay? Whatever the knitting equivalent of thimble, a thing that you could put on that part of your look, find a way. Find a way to knit all day because knitters are not quitters, okay?
The physically impressive Mantown has
I'm just so thoroughly uninterested in this man.
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me some of it? What's the strike all about anyway?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
Him.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Oh, there's all sorts of shit up there. I'm going. Behind guard. A hermetically sealed door locked by electronic means. More than enough to please a woman. This guy looks like trouble.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
That's fair.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Say nothing. Size him up first.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
A ripple of muscle passes underneath his skin. He lets you look.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me.
He just called this man a ham sandwich, which fair, but also rude. What do you mean my body betrays my degeneracy?
You have succumbed to our rule.
His face contorts in disgust as if he were smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from his throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
It's not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk, and drowned.
You're right, I'm an alcoholic.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
The race stuff is unimportant here. I just need you to help me do my job, please. What is the ham sandwich race? Look, of all people, I am pretty, I'd say I'm more than average in terms of informed about race and the sort of pejoratives slung around. And ham sandwich is a new one for me.
Begging for help. Attempting to pass fear for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race.
What do you
You
even...
gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft.
We, I did not. I did not. We're going to have a little chat about this, okay? We're going to talk about this specifically right here. And I'll tell you why. Because there is a certain type of person who is very proud of their heritage, and that's fine and dandy. It's cool to be proud of your heritage. But they feel some sense of ownership from that heritage, as if they themselves are responsible for the great successes and innovations and advancements of that heritage, even if they have like no direct relation to them. And they really love to lord it over others. And I say to these people, what have you done? And I also say to these people, if you are so ready and eager to take credit for the accomplishments of your ancestors, for the fruits of their deeds, are you also willing and able and just as eager to take credit for the great crimes and atrocities these people have committed? And they never have that same energy. Never, not once. And I'd argue the difference between me personally and these people, and many people I know, is not how we are propped up by the accomplishments of our ancestors, but what we owe to our ancestors to build upon the foundations that they have created, to avoid the pitfalls and mistakes that they have made, and to continue the positive evolution and progress of the human race. It is not about what your ancestors have done. It is what you owe your ancestors. Even if all you owe those ancestors is walking away and doing better. But yeah, people who go, well, my ancestors, what have you done? You, what are you capable of? Impress me with that. Show me how awesome you are. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
You dominated lesser cultures,
Gross.
like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos.
Yikes.
Now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
What? Okay.
You will be superseded. Isn't that right, May?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
There have been enough of those, bud.
Bring your troops to the Simony Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
This person, I find it incredibly disagreeable.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshahed's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. Well, not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist.
I really want to punch this guy. Know anything about this mug?
He does not so much as glance at the object. Stop showing me your pathetic. He had nothing to do with it. Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
What does that mean?
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt. Your silence betrays your inferiority. You do not have a reply. You should enter a deep race slumber. Perhaps in 4,000 years there is need for a service.
I'm out of
We
here.
still need to get into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation. There must be another.
Hmm.
tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're 100% sure you got special Hobocop money for that tear. At least 100% extra
Well, now I know where to sell the bottles. As I have not found my gun yet. I went to the. There is a pawn shop where I sold the gun, um, and a woman made off with it, who called herself a pig, and I have to go and find her to reacquire said gun. Magnesium. Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings.
This Postlovantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Good mail delivery box.
The box seems happy. Each
Good.
pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder. Then you swallow.
Any shade thrown towards this man is well fucking earned. He is a piece of shit. Okay, it's getting late.
Yes?
No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Oh, that is very cute. Also, is my camera being fuzzy? Boop, 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 boop.
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Try work, the case at hand. It can work miracles. Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their entire life.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted? What do you want to know? Ah, yes, the case brief you missed. Now I remember. 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report from a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. A An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had time to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
The concertina. Awesome.
A security guard, worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
His disdain is clear. This man...
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. Better still than an imbecile cop-off. It's just stupidity. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? I'm afraid you...
His disdain is clear.
You don't know? That's good. What's there to say? It's just the cop kind. Our precinct yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the union make a mockery of law enforcement here, and now it's come to its natural conclusion. Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to Police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in the missing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
I must be an augury, an apocalyptic omen sent by my people. Can you guess my message? I'm going to leave why I was sent unspecified.
Carries.
Yes, I am an unrepentant spoilsport.
I like this guy.
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a pedophile.
Night, JD. Thank you for coming by.
No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to play. North of the interchange doesn't exist. Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Because you're the best qualified. No, that doesn't seem right. You look dumb if you keep the lieutenant waiting for too long.
Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? What do you mean? I have no idea what...
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather... The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school, but this isn't an old school case.
So what? That makes you the new school? For real detective work, nothing
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook. That's where his conversations with himself take place. We all have our different mediums. His is written.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this. you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
I guess you don't need glasses. That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity, and a geographic...
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You're barking at the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholier. No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow.
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in it. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you see...
That's all for now.
Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically.
That's because you're a drunk.
They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet prioritizes containers.
He's simply not. Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre.
And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. You see him out in the snow, on the streets, in the shop on the corner, and finally in a matchbox house. Sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning, a modern death, divorce, or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him, make him smaller, make him less you. Dope. Pants do I have on now? -1 to savoir faire. Okay. It's getting pretty late. I'm going to try to get in here and go to bed. Seems to be pretty lively. Oh, I could sing disco. Karaoke.
The door is closed. hear the shower being turned, a tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door is closed. You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it. Who knows what's there? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of dream. You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, suckling, seductive skin still swollen deliciously. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for the holes.
The idea seems to make your neck expand. Suddenly, the garish time feels very snug.
Like a cat rubbing itself against its owner's calves, attracting the urge to smoke a lot. Good. That'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now, but find cigarettes. Plus, smoking them gives massive dopamine.
What? Anyway. I'm locked out of the room. Deeply unfortunate. Seems like there's a lot to unpack with this game.
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime.
Looks like someone left this tarpaulin open when they were laying in bed.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the Elysium insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with it. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some trials today. The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what his pockets may hide? The wind is aggressive up there. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. The look in his eyes is a mix of the engineering interest and the wonder of a 6-year-old seeing a horse for the first time.
I bet you my badge is in my coat.
The tarpaulin top is still caught on the railing. No one has cleaned up the area. Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high here. You could have died there. Shit, 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 shit. I fell there. This wasn't part of it.
I got you, Gratan. Let me just adjust your breathing a little bit. There. Isn't that better?
Hey, hey, what's happening? You okay? It's okay. You're just having a little elevator.
The nectar lets go a little. It's vicious grip.
Good. You can always come back when you're feeling better.
Okay. Don't know how I'm gonna get the tie. Or get the cloak. I bet that I bet that the what's it called? Badge is in there. All right, it's almost 10 o'clock. We're gonna push into the night because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But we're gonna see what we can see. Hmm. Pause the game. Click I. Ahaha. All right, let's have a look at some of these here. So, the loading screens go way too fast because I have an awesome computer thanks to some excellent friends of mine, and so I'm taking a brief moment to scroll through some of the things that I've missed. All right, moving on.
Give me a moment.
broken arch betrayed the unspoken history of this building. It towered over the heart until it toughened.
What is it?
A great force from the northeast fired into the city. Heavy artillery shelled the place down. Fired from the bottom, a straight shot into the ocean. The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shell until it was destroyed, and they had a direct firing line. The waves of the mountainized land rolled over the fallen remains of the building. The dark waters absorbed their remains. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. What wasn't used as scrap was thrown into the ocean.
I did not hear about the new Cult of the Lamb content update. What did they include?
Something greater than what you see now. Only 3 stores stand alone to claim this power. Restoration has failed. What the ship took was never rebuilt.
Sins of the Flesh.
The fleet, with their own armies of accident and ground, with mess volunteers, a 3rd-nation army, hundreds of vessels. They massed airships further down, in the Bay of Wrecks. The artillery was so powerful. The ships not only required gyroscopic stabilization, they were anchored into the ocean floor as well. Many are still there to this day. If you squint, you can just barely see the shore above the water, far in the northeast. Cannons still there to locate position. Coalition warship Archer can shoot 50 shells a minute on 20 co-aligned archers. They will reach the city in 58 seconds.
The coalition. But that was a long time ago. I think we should move on. It's chilly up here.
He does not like talking politics of this kind.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural? Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does.
Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
Does anyone in a shoot, Piggy? It's
Well, if I ever need a bed, there's one in here. Hmm. These shoes come in 3 different sizes. Okay. Night is falling on the city.
bottom and appears to be number 28. This is where the clean...
Let's see if anyone's home.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good? The smoker on the balcony. This...
Suddenly, he's a little worried, but don't worry. It's mostly all still here. You can remember...
Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Apartment...
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big... Remember, tomorrow.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. You should take care of that, then. Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping.
Though he finds this situation frustrating,
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Yes? Yes. Have you got it? Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
I understand your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking. I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment. Good luck trying to use it. All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key. Well, not until you bring me them.
Okay. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use. When you're...
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here. Absolutely.
Absolutely in the question. Your body is ready, sire.
Hmm.
Yes?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio mic.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable.
I confiscated this for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? It will take just a moment.
Her voice is fading.
Gottlieb, what you...
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Oh, it's you. Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit to rain upon me.
Sure, but can you tell me about myself, as in who I am?
Now let's get on with it. I've got important things to do. With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised. What else? I'm not a brain doctor.
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care.
What? You want me to do blood work for you again? How bad things really are across the world? You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, Elysium, our state, and no, I don't. Commentary on the topic. In fact, I got
Cryoacryl latte.
Cyanoacrylate is super glue.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Of course. What is her number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is...
Received.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap.
Officer, I have Sylvie Ma... Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer.
You can hear resentment in her tone. There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out.
Yikes.
You mean, why did I leave the bar?
Why not?
What? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring guard. I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again. You mean, why did I leave the bar?
Why not?
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. You know who?
You think you hear a sliver of accusation. Don't be paranoid. She's obviously talking about someone else.
I really don't want to talk about this. Let's just forget about this, okay? Maybe, I don't know. No? Not me. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one...
There's someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just...
Yeah, go on. Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir. Clogging it. I am sorry about that. Anything else, detective? Yes, I know who you are.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past.
Oh.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. There are officers who wear the signature Percy's black uniforms to the highest ranks in the RCM and end up buried in them as well. Others do it more casually.
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw you. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and you were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you.
Yikes. This man, this human being.
I have been trying to wean you off them. You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple, screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains."
What a colossal piece of shit.
Some poor sod was trying to eat his pudding while he was screaming, spit flying, imitating the mercy shot right next to him. Spat some in his food, and then touched it off.
Me neither. No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead. It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I do hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye.
Yes, you have obviously got something to upset her in rags. When she was...
I'm not mad. It's just so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit. The stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while...
Yikes.
I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. Didn't seem like you had fun doing it, though. Yes, obviously. You were the worst kind I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you, well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you were listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now. We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody. To hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you seemed something about how you're a piece of shit human being, and why does anyone even let you work as a policeman? That you'd fire yourself, but you can't even do that. And then I had to deal with your toilet, the one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself. No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened. Wait, really? No, this is absolutely not true. I like Garth. I really do. No, I was actually flattered.
There's a pause.
I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place. So I left without explaining. Okay, but please don't mess it up. Please don't take out your gun or something. All sorts of things. Some disco, rock too. Which one is that? Sad? I think the one you mean is the smallest church in Saint-Saëns. Butchered that right up.
Interesting. You still have to find it, however. You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then, the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Sure, officer. What's the number? And the... Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isolari law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if...
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlight.
Yikes. Well, I'm talk to my mans. See if I can't get him hooked up.
Can I help you?
Wait, what? What about...
Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing in the morning as I picked it up.
You broke the skewer!
I assure you it wasn't.
It's as if he can't decide whether to be angry.
Why on earth did you have to break the skewer?
I can't believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie, even when...
A tender type of man. Something stirs in him. Perhaps this is why you broke it.
All right. Did she say anything else about me? Exactly about me.
Really?
I should give her a call then. Thanks, I guess. Was there anything else you wanted to... Yes. Have you got it?
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me? Game? Everything is just a game to you, isn't it? Not until you bring me the...
Okay. I might...
I really didn't want to resort to...
Oh, Lieutenant. We're done here.
Okay. Moving on. I have a skill point. Encyclopedia. Items. Oh. 200 buckaroonies.
The theme on that pillowcase is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-fledged skirts. Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic bag with a liquor brand emblazoned on it. The sentiment is called anti-centennial nostalgia, pining for a time before the turn of the century. It's common even now, after 50 years. It's clear you like the hard stuff, Bruta. Lower intestine. The term is metabolic and circulatory system. Fascism, Bruta. Many things that is useful about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you is the source of Revachel's problems? Quit stalling, Bruta. We're talking about the weakest, worst, most insane thing. The weak link. Yes, them, but also women. Women.
Listen, if he's misogynistic, I will find his gun and I will make him do what he should have done.
That's what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important. But the main thing is that women need to know their place. Stunning truth. You're having a stunning truth. Because you've said the hard things that girls won't say, the good things, you've said them repeatedly. You don't eat your voos, right? Eat your voos, Broda. There's a slow, painful growl somewhere in your intestines, knocking on your alcohol window. It is one of betrayal.
What was that darkness? That anyway.
what's left of your frontal cortex, but no
Yikes. I feel like this is a game that requires multiple playthroughs because I will have a playthrough where I just lean into how much of a shitbag he is. But I don't want to do that on stream because I don't want anyone to make even the most distant mistake that I am that I have any connection or approval or anything at all about what insanity, what dickbaggery this creature has visited on this world.
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. Elysium is a security case involving a legal dispute. It is something the law requires to put all the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was excellent. Was there? You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you again? 3 days ago, during that time, the victim. Okay then. Good.
I'm going to take a break here because I've had enough of this asshole, and I'm also really hungry, and there are Thanksgiving leftovers. Thank you very much. That caught me off guard. That caught me very off guard. Anyway. I mean, given the bombardment you endured today, I guess that is fair. Who should we raid? Where's the button? Let's see. NJ Coffee is playing Among Us. Live from the Apocalypse is doing a tabletop. What do you think of Live from... if you can't handle me at my Kinley, you don't deserve me at my Burton. That's fair. What about Live from the Apocalypse? How are we feeling, Kay? Oh, sweet. Then I'm going to put this on this screen, and I'm going to put myself on the end screen, and we are going to raid Live from the Apocalypse. Thank you very much for coming. I will see you guys Monday for a programming stream. Okay, bye.